Yeah, good work. Happy with our team. Obviously, some things to fix, but that's nothing. It never goes perfect. But I like the effort from our guys, and we're starting to. I think we'll come back again and do a similar thing on Tuesday. But I think the key for us is just getting our team ready and getting our depth chart formed and sinking the reps into the guys that we think are going to be helpful for us in our depth going into the game. So that's kind of what we want to get done today. We'll meet this afternoon as a coaching staff and then decide how to proceed from here and getting ready for our South Florida prep coming up soon. So officially we'll end camp with Tuesday's practice and then move on to our opponent. But from what I saw today, I'm happy with our team. We'll just have to keep working the next couple weeks and get ready for the game. So, any questions?
Kalani, you've seemed really, kind of just casually confident as we've talked to you throughout fall camp. Seem pretty confident in the guys you've got and the growth you're seeing. Is there anything, as you're thinking of the scrimmage or what you've seen in practice, is there anything that concerns you or anything that you're like, hey, we really need to work on something specific to fill a hole or as you prepare, turn your preparation toward game day?
Well, there's a lot that concerns me, but I think we have the ability to get our team ready to roll. That's the goal. We have going into it. We knew, and we were positioning ourselves to be in this situation right now. Currently, 2 weeks away from the game, I feel like we're right on point. We knew that there would be some guys getting banged up here and there, and guys missing some practices and missing some reps. But I think we're deliberate with some of the things that we've done and try to be strategic with working with our trainers and our sports scientists and trying to get our guys in the right spot. But I feel really confident about that with our team. In the meantime, it helps out having a lot of depth and a lot of veterans where this isn't their first camp with us. And, and honestly, the newcomers that are here, I feel really, really happy with their talent and the skill level that they have. I mean, there's if I were surprised about anything, is that they actually are more ready than I thought they would be. I thought they would probably need a little bit more development with the young guys and return missionaries that are on our program, but I think they're further ahead than I expected. But the comfort that we have is that they're not needed to be thrust into the field right now. We can still work with them and make sure that there's a situation we can use them and maybe not have to. We feel comfortable being able to redshirt people and utilize the 4 games that we can play them win and then get them ready for next year. We don't feel so pressured now. In years past, we've had to just throw a true freshman out there. And don't get me wrong, if a true freshman deserves to start, then he's going to play. But now it's like, okay, we're not in the position where it's just, we're desperate for guys that can get out there with ability, and they may be a little bit behind with experience. Now we feel like we have some good experience, and we have some time where we can work with them and get them through get them enough experience where we feel comfortable with them being on the 2 deep. So hope that makes sense.
I asked Malik, and this is just something I was curious about. Some stores moving through today said it didn't rain on you during your scrimmage, but 2 of your worst performances last year came in rain games. Do the guys need to work in rain just in case you run into another storm game like you did last year?
Well, it rained a little bit, and I was hoping we'd get some probably a little bit more wet work, but the ball was still wet, the grass was still wet, and so I think it was good for us to. You're right, and we learned from that. I mean, everyone's talking about the climate, and I think it's important for us to get used to playing the climate. I don't know if you need to be playing in all that humidity and everything right now. We're trying to get our team ready, so we've had kind of some record temperatures here in the state, this summer. So I think our guys, as we start working, we'll probably switch practices more to the hotter times in the day. But I'm not going to worry too much about it other than what we can provide for our guys. I mean, we have a strategy to how we're going to approach the heat in Florida. And so I think that everything that we're doing from now until then is deliberate. We just wanted to get our foundation set with our team in the first 2 weeks of camp, and then now we can focus on having our guys work in the heat. But you're right. I thought it was really good that it was going to rain, and we don't need to run into the IPF whenever it rains. We stuck it out, and guys are slipping a little bit here and there, and finding out the best shoes. There's a lot of little details that matter the most in these situations. And even though it didn't rain completely during the whole game, the whole practice and scrimmage, I felt like it was enough where it was definitely different. It was as if you just turn on the sprinklers, and then, when the ball hits the wet grass, it gets soaked and heavy, and so it was good to get adjusted to that.
Okay, go ahead.
Kalani, what did you want to get out of the scrimmage today, and do you feel like that happened? You feel like you got what you wanted to see?
Yeah, I want to see some competition still, and I think when you're doing some of the work that we had some live work and some thud work. It was the competition at the line of scrimmage is always going to be live whether you're tackling or not, and so you guys have heard me say that. But there's some things that we need to see who's battling for a second spot at D-line, who's battling for the second spot on O-line. And I thought we accomplished that today, and then we were able to get some good live work to see who can help us in special teams and who can help round out our basically just fill up the rest of our travel squad. And so we had a good look at some guys that were able to tackle and block, and had some quarterbacks go live, and so that was a good look for our defense and our offense, and especially for the quarterbacks. But overall, I think we had a good look from our guys, the fundamentals of football. And then on Tuesday, we'll have another opportunity to do that again, and then have a game type of environment, and then finish it out, camp up, and focus completely on South Florida.
Approximately how many plays did you run, and did you hold any guys out?
Close to 80 plays, and yeah, we held some guys out. There's every practice there's going to be some guys that are limited to an adjusted schedule or plays, and so there's some guys that were limited, but yeah, we held out guys. I can't really name them all, but there's a good amount.
Okay, we'll do last question from Mitch.
Kalani, at the safety and nickel spots, which players have emerged as probably the likely guys that are going to start against USF 2 weeks from today?
Oh man, there's a lot of the bodies out there. We feel like we can utilize a bunch of different players there, but I think if you're looking, names that come to mind right away, you're talking about Malik Moore, Ammon Henneman, Michael Harper, Matt Criddle, Talon Alfrey. I know I'm missing some people. Really like what I've seen from some of the young guys too, like Carter Krupp's done some good things. Ethan Slade. I'm basically going to name the whole entire group, but I think we have 7 to 8 guys that we feel good about that position. It's just more than likely though, it's the guys battling for the second spot and guys battling for the third spots that are going to be situational football for us, where we can utilize them in the safety spot. The nickel, I think you have a combination of George Udo and Jacob Robinson. Michael Harper can play there too, so we have guys that can rotate in that position. Jacob Boren. So there's a bunch of names and a bunch of bodies. It's just ironing out who's going to be in which personnel package for our defense. So you might see, I think we've listed 15, 16 starters, because it all depends on what the offense does. If they decide to go 11, 12, or 10 personnel, then we match up personnel that way, just like most defenses do.
How many plays did Jaron get in today's practice?
I want to say 30 with the ones. Well, probably 30, 35. I'm just guessing.
Thanks.
All right, thanks so much, Kalani.
All right, guys. Thank you.